There's a star in the night sky so bright. It's been worshipped as a god, blamed for the heat of summer, and used to navigate across entire oceans. But here's what nobody tells you. Sirius is actually 25 times more luminous than our own sun. And it's hiding a secret that could reveal the fate of nearly every star in our galaxy. By the end of this video, you'll never look at that brilliant point of light the same way again. Let's dive in. Every clear night in 2026, if you look toward the southern sky during winter, you'll see it. A blazing white diamond that outshines everything else. That's Sirius, the dog star, and it's been captivating humans for thousands of years. But why is it so bright? The answer isn't what you'd expect. Sirius isn't actually the most powerful star out there. Not even close. In fact, there are stars millions of times more luminous than Sirius scattered throughout our galaxy. So what's the trick? The secret is distance. Sirius sits just 8.6 light years away from Earth. In cosmic terms, that's practically in our backyard. Compare that to Betelgeuse, which is about 550 light years away, or Rigel at around 800 light years distant. Those stars are intrinsically far more powerful than Sirius, but they're also much farther away, so their light has more space to spread out before reaching us. Think of it like a flashlight. Up close, it's blindingly bright, but from across a football field, it's barely a glimmer. Sirius benefits from being the cosmic equivalent of having that flashlight right in your face. Its proximity makes it appear incredibly bright, even though bigger stars exist. But Sirius itself is no slouch. It's a massive A-type main sequence star, weighing in at about twice the mass of our Sun. Its surface temperature reaches nearly 10,000 degrees Celsius. That's almost twice as hot as the Sun's surface. Now here's where things get weird. For centuries, Sirius puzzled astronomers because it seemed to wobble slightly in the sky. In 1844, astronomer Friedrich Bessel proposed something radical. An invisible companion star must be pulling on Sirius, causing that wobble. People thought he was crazy. How could there be a star bright enough to move Sirius around, yet completely invisible to every telescope on Earth? Then in 1862, telescope maker Alvin Clark spotted it, a tiny point of light right next to Sirius. Bessel had been right all along. This companion star became known as Sirius B, and it turned out to be one of the strangest objects in the universe. Sirius B is what we call a white dwarf. It's the collapsed core of a star that used to be much larger than Sirius A itself. Here's the mind-blowing part. Sirius B contains almost the entire mass of our Sun, but it's only about the size of Earth. That means a teaspoon of Sirius B would weigh about 15 tons on Earth. Your car weighs maybe 2 tons. This is matter compressed beyond imagination. The ancient Egyptians had a special relationship with Sirius. They called it Sopdet, and it was literally the most important star in their calendar. Every year, Sirius would disappear below the horizon for about 70 days. It would reappear just before sunrise in mid-July. This event, called the heliacal rising of Sirius, coincided almost perfectly with the annual flooding of the Nile River, the lifeblood of Egyptian civilization. The Egyptians based their entire calendar on this star. When Sirius returned, they knew the floods were coming. Their crops, their survival, all timed to this cosmic clock. The Romans noticed something too. Sirius rises during the hottest part of summer in the northern hemisphere. They blamed the star for the oppressive heat. They called this period the Dog Days of Summer, named after Sirius' position in Canis Major, the Great Dog constellation. That name stuck for 2,000 years. Of course, Sirius doesn't actually make Earth hotter. It's 8.6 light years away. But the coincidence of its rising with summer heat was too strong to ignore. Sailors used Sirius for navigation for thousands of years. Its brightness and position made it a perfect guide star for crossing oceans. Now here's a mystery that astronomers are still debating in 2026. Ancient texts describe Sirius as red, not white, red. The Roman writer Seneca described it as redder than Mars. Ptolemy classified it as one of 6 red stars in his catalog. Even ancient Chinese texts call it red. But today, Sirius appears brilliant white with a slight blue tint. So what happened? Did Sirius actually change color in just 2,000 years? Some scientists think Sirius B is the answer. Remember, it's a white dwarf now, but 2,000 years ago, it might have been a red giant star. If Sirius B was in its red giant phase, it could have outshone Sirius briefly, making the whole system appear red from Earth. But here's the problem. Stars don't evolve that fast. A red giant phase lasting just 2,000 years would require stellar physics we don't understand. The other explanation? Ancient observers were just wrong. Maybe atmospheric effects near the horizon made Sirius appear redder. Or maybe it was poetic description, not scientific observation. Today, Sirius A and Sirius B orbit each other every 50 years. They're locked in a cosmic dance that's been going on for hundreds of millions of years. But this dance has an expiration date. In about 1 billion years, Sirius A will run out of hydrogen fuel. It will expand into a red giant itself. Eventually, it will shed its outer layers and collapse into another white dwarf. The Sirius system will become a binary white dwarf pair, slowly cooling for eternity. This is the fate awaiting most stars in our galaxy. Not dramatic supernovas, but a slow fade into darkness. Our own sun will follow the same path. In about 5 billion years, it will swell up, consume the inner planets, then collapse into a white dwarf. Sirius B is essentially showing us a preview of our solar system's distant future. A stellar time machine sitting right in our night sky. So the next time you see that brilliant white star blazing in the winter sky, remember what you're really looking at. A cosmic lighthouse, an ancient timekeeper, and a glimpse into the fate of stars. If this video blew your mind, smash that like button and subscribe to your Space Wizard. We make the universe feel accessible and absolutely mind-blowing. Sirius has guided sailors, marked the seasons for ancient civilizations, and continues to remind us every night that we live in an incredible universe full of wonders. Keep looking up.